Yes, I realized I dripped all the way across the counter. But I'm hopeful that when you take that shot, you don't notice that. Welcome to I Cook, You Measure, presented by Safeway. I'm Jen Mueller, but I am the only one to cook or to measure today. And you know what? That's okay, because the current Seahawks, they are gonna do the heavy lifting in this episode. You have seen them throughout every season of I Cook, You Measure, and that's because I spend a lot of time around them during the course of the year. I see them every week during the season because I am the sideline reporter for the team, something I've done for almost 2 decades. And it was a couple of Seahawks in particular who helped me get this show off the ground way back in season 1. Abe Lucas caused me to rethink lighting on the set, and Riq Woolen shared some real hot takes on food. We need to dive into a really controversial hot take that you have that I disagree with strongly.
What?
Look, you are not one to stir up a lot of trouble that I know of. But these 2 hot takes are so ridiculous. Your take on pie.
Oh, okay, it's probably nasty.
Pie is not nasty. What are we talking about?
I don't eat any pie. There should be no reason there's fruit with a dessert. You know what I'm saying?
See, this is
that
the
doesn't make any sense. Apple pie, like a fruit's supposed to be eaten, you know what I'm saying, with like a fruit salad or by itself, not with like a, you know what I'm saying, like as a dessert. It's just nasty.
What about pumpkin pie, pecan pie, chocolate pie, lemon pie? There's so many pies.
And all those are nasty.
There is not a single pie I'm gonna get you to agree to.
No pies at all. Like, I've even tried an apple pie before. I don't know. It just don't, you know, cake is way better than pie. But I believe in cake now. But pie is just, it's just not. It just shouldn't mix. You shouldn't mix fruit with any type of dessert, especially bread. Like that's nasty. That's why with French toast, I never get no like, you know what I'm saying, people like to dress it up with like whatever, with like berries or whatever. I just like to eat it plain with syrup. I wish they let you go to the concession stand as a football player at the halftime. That would be pretty cool, huh?
What?
Like a player personal concession stand. You just go there at halftime and you just grab a snack or something.
What would you want? That seems like a terrible idea.
It's been some time. I'd be hungry in the game. There we go.
But what would you get at a concession stand that you would then play on in the second half?
Shoot.
Like, would you get like a
Snickers.
A Snickers.
Snickers good for your energy, or Skittles too. Skittles.
Well, that's a little beast mode there.
Oh yeah, that's why I had to say Skittles.
Meet Abe Lucas, right tackle for the Seattle Seahawks. Abe, you're what, 6'6"?
7.
6'7".
Yes, the records are wrong.
The records are wrong. Well, we are setting the record straight. He is going to be the measurer today. Well done.
Already having success. I know about this twisty thing. I don't know the proper word for it.
The twisty thing? Well, it's just a swirl.
Is that okay?
It's a swirl. I feel like, do you have any moves that you'd put on a defensive lineman that would be a twisty thing?
As a last resort, maybe. Yeah.
That'll be great. Post-game interview. Hey, Abe, was that a last resort twisty thing that you did?
Probably 100% was.
Probably.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the nose on that one. I do like the nose.
I'll agree with you.
Okay, perfect. Cheers, let's do some cooking.
Let's do it.
I mean, it never once occurred to me that I could zip tie that light to the ceiling until I watched that episode and realized how ridiculous it was that the light was in Abe's face the entire time. It's just one of the things that we kind of were learning as we were going in the very beginning of I Cook, You Measure. Oh, I also just jumped right in without telling you what I was making. I mean, it's a different show, so it's all just a little bit out of whack. I am making gumbo, which is something that my mom would make quite frequently during Christmas time. You actually met my mom on a previous episode of I Cook, You Measure, but I was born in Louisiana, grew up in Texas, and this is something that we would have on Christmas Eve quite frequently, or maybe sometimes New Year's Eve. I do love Cajun flavors, and we cooked similar Cajun flavors with Derick Hall making jambalaya during his episode. We'll be back with him and a few other Seahawks pass rushers next.
When you shop in the Albertsons app, you can count on us to choose fresh produce, guaranteed. Even if you can't count on Mom to eat her veggies.
I Cook, You Measure is proud to support Game On, so every kid can play.
Family, 1, 2, 3, family!
Good break.
A little TV magic has already occurred because to make gumbo, you need to make a roux. Now, a roux is flour and it's butter, and you stir it at like low heat for about 15 to 20 minutes. It is the browning of the flour that gives gumbo a lot of flavor. It also gives it its color. I've already taken care of that, so we're gonna call that TV magic. Here's what else we are gonna call TV magic. I have an alligator chopper. Do you know how many guys have asked about this on the show? And for good reason. Like, that's how quickly it chops an onion. I always say I don't have one. I've had one for years. But it's far more entertaining and educational to watch these guys with a knife. And I will say this, they are monitored very closely. They always get a lesson. Before they pick up a knife, they are never in harm's way, even with as quickly as Derick Hall was moving through the produce. Hold please, I'm having this conversation. I'm like thinking we're gonna slow play this. And the next thing I know, he is like, you were like a speedster with that knife. First of all, super impressed with the efficiency. What the heck happened to that bell pepper? We've got like some seeds and some not seeds. I prefer no seeds, but also grains.
That's how we'll do it then.
Nice knife skills. So how many siblings do you have?
There's 5 of us.
Okay. So is mealtime chaotic?
Honestly, I never understood how it worked, but we always made it work.
You never understood how it worked.
With so many kids, you can't really, you just kind of make it.
It's like, did everybody sit down at the table together?
Yeah, we'd sit down, but at the same time, it's like, how do you please 6 different people? One day I want this, but my brother wants that.
Yeah.
My sister wants that, but I'd rather have this. But somehow we made it work.
I'm just gonna watch at this point. What are you laughing at?
It's gotta be these. I've never seen these, but okay.
Well, in your hands, they look ridiculously small. When I use them, I feel like, it's just an alternative to something that looks like this. I mean, sometimes you don't need a tool that's this big to get the job done.
Okay, I hear you.
That's gonna end up, you're gonna end up with one of those in your locker. That'll be like a stocking stuffer.
I'm trying to figure out where we find these.
At any store that sells kitchen items.
Perfect.
I also love the thought of this kind of idea to use for holiday leftovers. So like imagine if you had like turkey, some veggies, cranberries.
And you're gonna put it in a tortilla?
Yeah, and then do it like a crunch wrap. Imagine that. No? Okay, so that's not going over well. For somebody who likes food, he did not like my idea. Okay, how about this one? How about breakfast?
Okay.
How about some eggs, some
talking.
potatoes, some bacon?
Yeah, I could do that.
Some cheese. Wow, that was a lead balloon right there. I mean, it's the holiday season. I thought I was giving you some options.
I mean, my Thanksgiving food, yes, you mix it, but a tortilla,
I grew up in Texas, and you know what we had the day after Thanksgiving? Turkey tacos. Yeah, just turkey tacos.
Oh.
What? It's
When
not
in
that
Texas,
much, it's not that much different
tacos.
than... We're in the middle of a debate. I didn't even know we were in the middle of Love, because now this is a hot take, and I know that this actually is a hot take. You do not use a microwave.
No.
Ever? How do you reheat things?
I don't. I eat fresh meals.
Okay, but a fresh meal could be the meal that I made last night, and I have
I'm not putting it in the
leftovers up
microwave. I just feel like that's
Or
why I told
are
you
you
I don't
eating
eat
it
leftovers.
cold?
I don't eat leftovers. Everything is
What
hot
do
and
you
fresh.
do with your leftovers?
I usually get just enough for me to eat. I don't know. It's just fresh
So
food.
no leftovers. So when you go to the grocery store, do you make a list, or do you just shop whatever you feel on the shelves?
Well, no, I really just shop for what's ever on the shelf. Like,
Do you ever get home and be like, why did I get like 2 boxes or 2 things of Oreos?
Nah, I do eat Oreos too. I told y'all.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Okay, so Boye Mafe had this thing where he thought that if he gave Jerry the hand signal that things would just get cut out of the episode. It did happen to some degree, but we always cut things out of episodes, and then we put them into something called bonus bites. You can find all of those on YouTube. They are great stories we just didn't have time for in the full episode. And every single episode, well, it comes with its very own version of bonus bites. Now, as we get back to the gumbo, here's what we have in there. We've got roux, we've got some tomatoes, we've got chicken stock, and it is the trinity of Cajun cooking. That is bell pepper, onion, and garlic. All of that is cooking away. We're gonna season it with a little bit of sausage, and then we've got okra and shrimp to add before we are good to go. So I've got a little bit of work to do here. I think you probably need to, take a break. Maybe grab a glass of wine on your own, and I'll see you in a few.
When you shop in the Albertsons app, you can count on delivery in as soon as 30 minutes. Even if you can't count on your guest list staying small.
Okay, our gumbo making process continues, and so do our stories from current Seahawks players. There have been a number of them on the show, so all of these episodes, it's worth going back to watch start to finish, because I promise you are gonna learn things about your favorite players that you might not have heard before. For example, when you see Leonard Williams and you see AJ Barner, it looks like they're perfectly suited for their roles on the field. You know Leo is one of the best D tackles in the league. And AJ Barner as the tight end with the whole barnyard stomp and the push, and he looks perfect as a tight end. Neither of those guys wanted to play the actual position that they are known for in the NFL. It was all part of the conversation we had cooking up a little magic in the kitchen.
I started playing football when I got to high school.
That is late.
Yeah.
That
so
is
my
really
first year
late.
playing football was 14 years old in 9th grade.
On the defensive side or offensive side?
Yeah, I've only played D-line my whole life.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Because every single kid I have ever talked to,
I wanted to play running
athlete,
back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't let you?
Well, I was like already 6'3" at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
give you the rock and
Yeah.
just let you run, man. Who was the first person that called you Big Cat?
An announcer at USC actually just started calling me Big Cat. They said it would, which is funny because like growing up, people always said I looked like a lion, but it actually had nothing to do with my appearance. He said that it was more like I was big, but like agile like a cat. So they said
I can see that.
They said I was Big Cat because of my size combination with the athleticism.
So when I introduced you, I said you wanted to be a linebacker.
Yes.
You turned into a tight end.
Yes.
If you were a linebacker, you would not have your own play in short yardage.
True.
And you probably wouldn't have scored as many touchdowns.
True. But ask Coach Mike, I still think I'd be in the NFL. And I think Coach AD would like me on the edge too. But I am super grateful that I play tight end, and I'm probably a better tight end than I would be linebacker. So I guess we'll never know.
Although having watched you play and having watched you block, I can totally see you as a linebacker.
Sure.
But would you have come up with your own touchdown celebration if you were on defense? Because I know those guys think about when they're going to score or what their dance is after they take down the quarterback.
Probably not. But Leonard Williams does have a great sack celebration, so it is cool to have something that you can go to that people know. So I think that would take time, and who knows, maybe I would have developed it, but it is easier to have your own touchdown celebration.
So this is leading up to your touchdown celebration.
Yes.
How many people did you collaborate on? Yeah.
Hey.
What do we call that?
Barn stomp, barn step, really whatever you want. Just kind of mine that I created.
How many, so this was you by yourself, or were you working in tandem with people? Or?
Yeah, really, I kind of created it myself. Shout out Kenny McIntosh, running back for us. Me and Kenny were dancing at practice, and we would always like hit this, like whenever we'd, dance. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna hit that in the game. And people liked it, the coaches liked it, and here we are. And hopefully I'll hit it this weekend.
It's really fun to have all of these guys, all of these athletes over the years in my kitchen, but I do feel really short standing next to people like Leonard and AJ. This is my real kitchen. I am only 5'4", so anytime these guys are standing up here, I have no idea what to do. I am always very self-conscious because I know they can see the top of cabinets that I will never see because I am too short. People always ask about where I shoot this. I just said it's in my kitchen, and I have tried to hide lots of things. And I thought, if the camera's only looking at me, were you actually seeing the Christmas decorations? You 100% see the Christmas decorations in my house. And I thought I had removed all of my decor in the first season, only to find out that Frank the Flamingo was visible in every single shot over the shoulder of the guest. So you might have noticed Frank a few times. He is now strategically placed in various positions so that he is always part of the show. It's why I feel like you are joining me in my kitchen. I hope that I'm doing the same when you watch the show. Make the meals and then leave me a comment on how well that turned out. Okay, my gumbo is cooking. I'm gonna add some shrimp to this, which means it's not gonna take very long to cook. That's why I love using shrimp. We are gonna have some shrimp and sausage gumbo when we come back.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me.
Can I get that fried chicken?
I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Looking for dinner inspiration? Discover quick, delicious recipes in the Meals Hub, only on the Safeway For You app. From easy weeknight meals to on-the-go recipes, your next favorite dish is just a tap away. And with flash delivery, you can get the ingredients at your door in as little as 30 minutes. Dinner solved.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say, that's really hot. I don't think that now is the best time to eat this, but I do think that now is a great time to sing the praises of Julian Love. The Seahawks safety has missed some time this year with an injury, the first time in his professional career that he has ever missed games. And during that time, he really leaned into what he could bring as a leader and as a communicator. We saw that right here on this show. And we also learned something about him and a class that he took in high school that, well, he'll admit to, he just doesn't have any proof of.
I did theater for a few years. On a whim. Just I had a really good theater teacher, Kim White. Still talk to her to this day. She's great. Miss Kim White at the time. I couldn't just call her Kim White straight up. And yeah, she just said, you're outgoing. You should try out for this thing we're doing, or audition. And I did it. I enjoyed it. I deleted all the footage of it.
No way.
I deleted all
Julian.
of it. I burned it.
Why?
But the two things I
Your
was
mom
in,
has to have something.
I told her delete the tapes. The two things I was in was Mary Poppins, classic.
What role did you play in Mary Poppins?
I was pretty much like a statue in that one. His name was Nelius. And
You were a statue? Wait, there's no...
a walking, talking statue.
In Mary Poppins? Am I missing something?
It's in the musical. It's random.
Okay.
And then I was in Shrek the Musical. And I was Donkey in Shrek the Musical.
No way.
Yeah, I'm giving you a hidden gem. I haven't told too many people that. Yeah.
Well, like, give me your best line as Donkey.
Oh gosh. I added because everybody's seen the movies and you can quote the movies all day. And there's walking with the guy who's Shrek, and I was like, oh Shrek, like that's a nice boulder. If you remember from the movies, that's a nice boulder. Yeah, it was different. Putting myself out there. The musical Shrek is a little more, the Broadway, the guy, basically the Shrek that's in the musical. Donkey is outgoing, a little flamboyant even, and so it was definitely out of my comfort zone. And it was just a good experience. And literally, Julia, my wife, now knew me as that and still laughs when she thinks about me doing being Donkey.
What did your costume look like?
It was really just a big onesie. We didn't have a big budget. We were a small school, all right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew. I should not have taken that bite. I should not have taken that bite because I totally forgot that I still have to close out the show. I will tell you, it's delicious. It does take just a little bit of time to simmer on the stovetop, but if you are looking for one of those things that you can feed a crowd with and it feels real homey, lots of flavors, gumbo, that is gonna be your go-to dish. And I'm hoping that you are gonna get to gather with a whole bunch of friends and family around a table, that you are gonna share stories that make you laugh just like we do on the show. You hear me say it every time, but for every episode, a donation is made to a nonprofit working to end food insecurity in our community. I believe everybody should have food and they shouldn't wonder or question where their next meal comes from. I am really proud to support those efforts, and I am really proud that to date, over $30,000 has been donated towards those efforts. And we're not quite done with the show here. I mean, I'm certainly not done with my gumbo. So I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna leave you with a few of our favorite and funniest moments from the Seahawks on I Cook, You Measure, presented by Safeway.
I learned that in a health class in college. You can eat a whole pack of Oreos a day and still be healthy if you work out. I promise you can eat a whole thing of Oreos and still be healthy.
And every single person in that class was 20 years old.
Shoot. The teacher was like 30, 40. It's a professor.
TV magic at its finest. Bam.
Oh.
I thought we were gonna avoid that. You were right there.
I know. I just,
It's okay.
It's okay.
It happens all the time. I think I miss my calling as either a hockey player or a football player. I tried to play football. They wouldn't let me play football.
What you gonna be, Jen, the kicker?
I was gonna be a linebacker, thank you very much.
At what level?
Well, I wanted to play high school. They wouldn't let girls because they said I was gonna get hurt. So I became the trainer for the team, and then I became a high school football official.
It's about closer you're gonna get, Jen. Hate to say it.
You have no idea how mean I can be, and you were standing next to me with a knife.
Jen, you're nice to me.
I am nice.
Every day you come into work, how you doing? Everything's good and nice, and you go about your day.
Yeah,
I just don't see it in you.
This is a shadow side of me.
Well, I hate to see the bad side. If Jen wants to play football, y'all better let her play football.
Have you used one of these wine cues before?
I've seen it used by my mother.
I'm a little nervous.
Well,
all right.
That made me jump, and that's the happiest sound in the world, and it never makes me jump.
There's probably one way to open a bottle of wine. If you don't know how to, I'm sorry.
You could.
Not very good.
See? There we go. All right, that wasn't bad.
The entire time. Look at that.
There we go.
Go ahead and pour us a little bit.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers.
Toast.
This is the start of a great show. I don't know what you're gonna put for a blooper there, but insert blooper.
Probably you pouring the soup all over the counter.
I Cook, You Measure is presented by Safeway, who welcomes everyone at the table through the Nourishing Neighbors program. You can donate in stores or by visiting nourishingneighbors.com.